Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of Slaughter Cinema. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the 1978 version of Halloween. Yes, that's right, we're going to be watching the John Carpenter's Halloween. And today's episode, we are here joined by Damien, my high school best friend. He's never seen Halloween for the first time, right?
No.
You've never seen it?
I don't think I've never seen either, like the remake or the old one.
There's been a few remakes of Halloween, to be honest. Like, there's been the Rob
Is it
Zombie.
that good of a movie? You have to remake it that many times?
I mean,
or is it that bad of a movie you have to remake it that many
No,
times?
it's just like, it's the 1978 version is really good. Don't get me wrong. It's just people want to take like a different approach to things, so they create a different version.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So like the Rob Zombie version, John Carpenter, the newer like trilogy, Halloween Ends, Halloween Kills, whatever. Like all those are like different like adaptations, but
Okay, so they're not like this is the original story.
this is the original one.
Okay.
Yeah. So first off, I just want to start off asking you some questions.
Yeah.
So, are you a fan of horror movies or no?
I like horror, yeah. The genre in general. Movies, I've watched a few. We had a tradition at my family for like Halloween every weekend of October. We would watch like a scary movie and they would get progressively scarier. I'm named after The Omen, I'm pretty sure. That kid is a demon. And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, no, I watched all the Saw movies and I watched like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. So basic knowledge, I guess.
Yeah. And you said you haven't seen any of the Halloween movies in the franchises.
I don't believe so.
Okay, cool.
I don't think so. I said,
This would be a good start for you. How do you usually react to scary movies or like suspenseful movies?
I laugh.
You
like
laugh?
It's not because I'm uncomfortable. It's literally because I find
You find
it
horror movies
genuinely
funny?
funny.
Yeah, I get that.
Like-
I'm the same way sometimes.
Because some like back then the acting was like considered differently.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking at it like she was not that scared, and that was dumb. Like what? What?
Yeah. Are there any specific themes or like elements in horror movies that particularly are like scary to you or like make you feel like uncomfortable or?
I guess when it gets like real, like if you can make me feel that, like it doesn't have to be anything specific, but like if I can feel like myself in that situation and what I would do, then you
Yeah.
got me. Something that is also a big play is like the music or like silence, the use of silence in certain situations versus the use of build up of music.
Yeah.
I tend to listen to a lot of in movies in general, but especially with horror, I tend to gravitate towards the music and the sounds what I'm listening to. So I'll end up like that brings out the scary part of me.
I get that. I think music is like such a huge key factor in like setting up like a scare for horror. Mm-hmm. So like sometimes you can get away with getting a scare out without like any buildup of music or anything, but sometimes you need the buildup to music to start building suspense.
Yeah.
And like even just like setting tones for the vibes or like character development or something, like music is amazing.
Yeah. I agree.
So like for the horror movie that I'm writing, like I'm finding songs that like have a specific feel of like what I want the movie to be. And then like right now I'm like at like 50 something songs, and the actual like songs that I'm using in my movie or like hoping to use in my movie, I only have 4 so far, and it's like they're
Are you thinking about like composing anything? Like
yeah, I want to do I want to do an
your own
original
piece?
score for like most of it, but like
Is it gonna be a series or are you just a one and done kind of story?
it could be a series, it could be a one and done, but like right now my playlist has Kill Me Girl, Black Hole Sun, Dancing After Death, Expired, Psychotic Kids, Tonight by the Smashing Pumpkins. Like it's like those songs so far are like
Give you the feeling that you need. Yeah.
It'll make my movie feel like
I definitely get that.
so nice.
But yeah.
Do you have any expectations for this movie? Like, is there a specific kill you want to see? Like,
I don't know, really. I don't have any. I try not to have too many expectations when it comes to movies, just because I want to keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Especially because sometimes like it goes left when I'm thinking we're going right, but I'm excited.
But yeah, I agree with what you say. Like, if you walk into a movie with expectations and like it's not what you think it is, you're gonna think the movie's absolutely awful. But it was a good movie.
Because I've never seen a trailer for it either, so I have no idea what we're about to watch.
Yeah.
The only thing I know, it's like Michael Myers, right? That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's Michael Myers.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Which
the
I
only-
realized earlier, me and Michael Myers have the same build. He just weighs a little more than me.
Oh my god.
He's
I
5'11".
remember,
He has,
there's no way
he has
you weigh that
brown
much.
hair and brown eyes. Like,
You say you weigh what?
I'm like 150ish.
There's no way.
There is, yeah, bro.
Dog.
I got massive calves
No.
and thighs. I got good thighs,
Yeah.
and I got a little
There's
bit
no
of
way
a
you
gut,
weigh
but
more than I do though. We're
I'm taller
built
than
this. You know that's true. You are taller than me.
you. So, but yeah, me and Myers have me and Mike. Sorry,
Yeah, let me
Can't call him
identify
Myers.
with a murderer. Anyway.
Me and Mike have the same build. So yeah, as I was saying, like if you go into a movie with like expectations and it's not what you were like wanting to see, then it's gonna be an awful movie. But it was like one of the best movies in the world.
Even if you saw a trailer for the movie or liked the poster, don't let your hopes get up. 'Cause,
Yeah. Like go in with open thoughts. Even if you are excited for a movie, you can be excited for a movie and still not like have expectations.
Yeah, for sure.
Are there any scenes or type of content in horror movies that you might find unsettling or like anything that like you can't watch?
Anything with bugs, bro.
Bugs?
like
Yeah.
roaches, and like if they go outside and there's a trash,
Oh my god.
and there's
yeah.
like the rats and I will like geek out and I will.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
But I watched all the Saw movies, so gore is not like unsettling for me. Sometimes I think it's funny because like the way that you should have been dead like 10 minutes ago. He like
Yes.
stabbed you 14 times.
Dude,
There's
Saw
no way you're
is
alive.
such a good franchise. I'm so excited to cover those in here because like they're so funny,
I
but
hope
they're
to
like
be on one of those. The Saw.
it's a good like
Saw was one of my
breakdown
favorite
film.
movies as a horror in general.
dude, it is so like different in aspects of film because like it's you see both mindsets of the killer and you also see like the mindset of like the survivor.
It
or,
makes
like,
you
the
question
person
your
in
own,
the trap.
It makes you question your own like morality because you're like, well, that makes sense. Like, yeah, of course he became a murderer because this is
Yeah.
what he went through.
Yeah.
But also, is that make it okay anyway?
No.
But like, you agree? With
Yeah,
that.
and that's what I'm saying. I don't question my morality. I don't know about you. I think the only thing I like question is like not really question, but like I could see why it happened.
Like, is he really the bad guy in this
Yeah.
situation? Like for like,
Like his wife had a miscarriage because this guy was running through the hallway and slammed the door into her stomach.
yeah,
Like he lost
I've
a
seen that.
child.
I know what you're talking about.
So like obviously like if
Or like for Friday the 13th, Jason, like he
Yeah.
drowned because some people like
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like I would want my lick back.
yeah, bro, I'd run that fade if I drowned and come. If I came back, I'd run that fade,
I'd run that thing.
bro. I'd grab that machete and start running fades. But yeah, like Saw is
Doesn't his mom
great for
have
breakdowns.
a lot of influence over what he does though?
Yeah, but she's like she's not really like his mom.
Like the woman who took care of him.
Yeah, and well, I mean, like she is like it is his mom, but like it's a spirit. I think if I remember the movie right, it's a spirit disguised as his mom.
To put
Yeah.
I think watching that movie, I didn't get scared once. The last scene, like when he jumps out of the lake, that got me because I
Dude,
thought,
yeah.
the movie was
He
all
jumps
a
out of the
dream.
lake and like pulls him back into the water. Dude, yeah, that's terrifying. Or in like the first movie where like I think it was someone's driving down the road and you just see him walk across it.
Nope, I'm just gonna reverse my happy butt all the way that way.
But yeah, I'm like, it's weird for me to like think, but that scene, sorry, that scene with him walking across, yeah,
Okay.
that like it's crazy. It's absolutely like boggling.
I don't like the subtlety of horror. Like if you can be subtle, it makes me creepy.
My thing
Like,
is
it makes
like
me
horror
creeped
is
out.
such like a beautiful art
Oh, of course.
where like it makes you think. Like it like when I think of Saw, I'm like, who is like, it's so creative.
He was a genius. I'm sorry.
I'm like, it's so creative
so
to come up with a concept like a movie like that and like have it be so popular that you're making 11, 12, 13 movies of it.
I thought he was on movie 10.
No, I think,
12?
well, if you count Spiral and Jigsaw, like the spin-off films,
I don't count those.
then that's 12 movies because they're already working on Saw 11.
Spiral was
Yeah, they're working on Saw 11. So there's like 13 Saw movies out right now, which I think is actually the
the new
largest
one,
horror franchise.
Not Spiral. The new Saw X.
I haven't seen it yet.
That was so
So
good.
we can
It was
review that.
I got the
one in
bucket.
an episode.
I got the bucket and the little.
I think I had the cup.
You got the cup.
I got the cup.
I think I left the cup at your house, or did you buy it yourself?
I bought myself the cup.
I remember.
I think what we did was that we split. You kept the bucket. I kept the cup.
Yes, that sounds
Yeah.
like us.
Yeah.
Because
But-
you have like the Beetlejuice bucket.
Yeah.
How we slowly get both.
I don't have the Beetlejuice bucket. I have Ninja Turtles.
I did.
Oh shit! Did this shit turn off? Mate,
Depression.
mate, turn on.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, we'll stop rambling for now. We'll get into the movie. Last question.
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to like this? Like, what's your prediction? Like, 1 to 10?
I like horror movies, especially the old ones, like the Jason, like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. All those old ones were really good in my opinion. For how bad the acting was technically,
Yeah.
and how like on my scale of now, but I enjoyed them anyway, just because I found them humorous and the story made sense. So as long as it's funny in my head and that it makes sense, I'll predict like an 8. That's my number.
An 8?
I'll predict an 8.
All right, everybody, you heard it here. His prediction is an 8 out of 10. We'll come back to the end of the film and see what his rating is then. So let's go ahead and head on into this shit, shall we? All right, everyone, welcome back. Just finished watching the movie and reactions.
That was a really good movie, and all due like keeping it like not put up with against movies I've seen recently because
Yeah.
you know difference in quality and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
Plot was a little questionable in my head just because I didn't know like what the point was. Like there wasn't like escaping. There was the only time we had confrontation between this guy was like the last 30 minutes, which is fine. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I do say it was around an 8 in my opinion. Not the best horror movie. But
So
also,
you started off with an 8 and you ended with an 8?
I think I'm ending with an 8, or maybe it did exceed my expectations, low key. So I'd say like maybe a 9. 9. That was a good movie. It was a really good movie.
Okay. Are there any scenes that spoke out to you, like you were?
Nah, just like whenever you like would you'd point it out, like when the guy like his mask would just slowly come into frame and you would see it and it's just like whoa, or like the across
the end of the
the
movie.
across the street scene where he's just standing in the other person's driveway staring across the street.
Yes.
That was that got me.
I think like Michael Myers is one of the most badass slashers, or like
He doesn't
horror
say or do
films.
anything. He doesn't like even
doesn't
when
say
he's
a word.
stabbed.
He just
he's
stares.
he's stuck like that.
He
And
just
it's-
stands and looks badass as fuck.
Mhm.
And like it's the most simplistic like character design. Like it's just a mechanic's jumpsuit and a Halloween mask.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot to be like because like Freddy, you have to like have the burns, you have to have the
Yeah.
claws, the
Like,
hat.
and like Leatherface, he has like the whole like butcher's outfit and like blood and like the fake mask and the hair
Yeah.
and everything. And
For
but,
him,
like,
it's just a mask, and
Yeah.
anybody could be him, really.
and he's still terrifying, bro. Like it. First watching the movie, like I forgot like how like badass he is because he just stands there and like a lot of his scenes are like filmed really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Something that did hit was like the use of silence. Like I said in the beginning, like if you can get me with that use of silence,
Yeah.
but like it even used like the ambiance sound, which I don't get from a lot of movies, even slashers in general. But like it would just have that weird buzzing or that hum,
Yeah.
and it heightened it by a lot. And
Yeah,
if I
there was
didn't
always
have that, I would have just been like, oh, we're just watching somebody do this.
Like it kind of put me on the edge of my seat when Michael Myers would breathe heavily, like right when he was about to kill.
Yeah,
You just
the
heard his
breathing. Like
that,
you knew.
unsettled me.
It also was cool because like it was a good hint of like, oh, now you're in his perspective.
Yeah.
Even if we were watching him, like it gave me the sense of, oh, I'm Michael right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Like we're seeing it from
feeling
his
this.
eyes.
Yeah. Even if it was on pan.
Yeah. What character was your favorite? Like which one like was like
I don't think I have a favorite character really. I think like Michael Myers obviously was like a really good like role.
I have to say Michael because Laurie is good, don't get me wrong, but she doesn't like she doesn't do enough in my
She
opinion
didn't
to be
do anything.
like
I
my
mean,
favorite character.
realistically,
She just hid most of the time.
like, yeah.
I mean, granted, she stabbed him like twice.
She
three
was smart.
times.
I was seeing.
She's a smart, like last, like final girl.
I saw what she was trying to do whenever she ran upstairs, and like she opened the window and then hid in the closet
Yeah.
to make it seem like she jumped out.
She jumped out, yeah.
Like that was smart thinking.
But there's no running from the
But
boogeyman.
you don't run up, from the boogeyman.
What do you think of the portrayal of Michael? Like from down to his killing, his like techniques.
He seems to like to use his hands, like or a knife. Those are his two things he likes to use.
The butcher's knife for his hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a very simple guy.
Yeah. He doesn't need I guess comparing because he's supposedly a supernatural creature, right?
Yeah.
So thinking going it off of other supernatural killers Freddy, his scheme is he has the ability to be in people's dreams, which takes a lot.
Yeah.
For him, he just goes and he's like, all right, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Yeah. He's like, this person looks nice, and then just
Stares at them for a few days,
sticks
and then
them to a wall with a
sticks them
knife.
to a wall, or hangs them upside down. Just
it's crazy, but
the ending scene, not the ending scene, but how he had everybody placed in a specific manner.
Yeah.
was creative.
Yeah, he's a smart guy, and I feel like that's why he's one of my favorite slashers because he's smart. He thinks it through step by step.
I think that's what he was doing the whole 17 plus years in just the asylum. Just thinking.
That's what he said. Or that's what Loomis said.
He's
He
been
was
waiting, bro.
staring at the wall, but he was looking past the wall, looking into that very moment. He knew exactly how it was going to go down. But there's a conspiracy theory that Laurie is actually Michael Myers' lost younger sister, which is why they're so bound to each other. Where he knew exactly where she was, like that.
Interesting.
So there's that theory.
He killed his sister.
That's what I'm saying. His lost, they switched at birth or given up for adoption or whatever, something like that. But
why is he trying to kill her though?
I don't know. They explain it later on in Halloween 8 or something, 3, 4,
There's
something.
that many.
There's a lot of Halloweens. There's
That's a lot for no reason. Even I agree that Saw should have stopped a minute ago.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel about Fast and Furious. Fast and the Furious has
Agreed.
Agreed.
When did Fast and the Furious start being about weird things? It used to just be about
Tokyo
street
Drift being
racing.
specifically about street racing.
They all up until 4 or 5.
And then 10 they fucking went to space with a jet engine attached to a car.
It was not about racing. Nothing.
I was
about
bro,
it.
you lost me. But
I'm still gonna watch it, but
yeah, I'll still watch it. Were there any plot twists or revelations that surprised you? Anything that
not
you
really
weren't expecting?
I think that's what happens with old movies though, is that they got really predictable. Now that there's we have a lot more technology and stuff, we can kind of think little more ahead.
Yeah.
But back then you just worked with what you had, and so it was kind of very predictable. And don't go there. There were some times where I thought somebody was gonna die and they didn't. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, the only real plot twist that I can say was that was the conspiracy theory I told you, but that they were related.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that really kind of surprised me, made sense to me almost. How does Halloween compare to the other horror movies you've seen? What sets it apart?
You can see a lot of horror movies. It's either very gory or very religious based, like demons and stuff. I think that this is the only horror movie I've ever really seen that doesn't have an alien or supernatural. It's not a prominent supernatural fact because, like you said, Michael Myers, he gets stronger with every kill, but you don't know that.
It's not a given.
You have to you would have to do
you have
mad
to watch
lore,
multiple movies. Yeah.
But in Resident Evil, aliens, if you
Nightmare on Elm Street literally gives you the full detail of what his powers is, what he does, who he is.
I'm pretty sure that's the intro scene, in the movie. It's just how he he's died in a fire.
Halloween is one of those movies where you have to do the research, but you have to not do the research. You have to watch the movies. You have to keep up with the story.
You have to pay attention.
And there's so many different side stories and theories and conspiracy ideas that people come up with, and honestly, a lot of them make sense.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I've
like there's
seen-
not really a yes or no answer
Yeah,
to
I've
any
seen
of it
a,
either. It's all kind of up in the air.
A break or like a breakthrough, I guess, is a breakdown. Sorry, of like the lore of Michael Myers, like who he is, like what like started the killing, like stuff like that. But it explains it like I can't remember what movie it explains it in, but it explains it. And Halloween 4, I think it is. You don't need to watch that. It doesn't really have to do anything about Michael Myers. But Halloween 5 gets back on track with Michael, I think. But
That's cool.
yeah, there's
I did not know that there were that many.
there's a lot.
I think one of my favorite parts of the movie was whenever I realized when we were doing this thing.
And you turned around and you had the
and
realization.
like he was talking, I was like, I've heard those words in the exact way, and I turned around and he's just like,
It's right there.
like, holy, that was really cool.
Yeah,
Which makes sense because he's the doctor. He wrote the he wrote that.
he wrote that.
song.
Yeah. What else? Were there any particular like kills that you liked?
There were only 3. Right? There were only 3?
No, there were multiple, but like
There was just the 3 friends.
no, there was the dog. There was
The dog was dirty. There's no there was no
There's a
reason
couple
to do the
kills,
dog
I
like that.
but yeah, which one?
I'd probably say the first one. Like, just because I thought it was funny that she went to grab her keys and then she didn't use the keys on the car.
And it was unlocked. Yeah,
Yeah, that was weird.
That confused you.
Yeah, but then Michael was in there, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
That made
okay.
sense then.
But so I had the like the realization plus the haha beforehand, and
Like
then
the aha
like
moment.
yeah, just the struggle was kind of funny too to me,
Yeah.
just because like no one is outside hearing this car alarm go off.
I think my favorite kill in like that entire movie was him sticking the guy against the wall with the knife. Like that is, and then he just sits there and like admires it. Like,
Yeah, I thought
he's-
that he was gonna fall or something, but that was like in the wall.
Yeah, he was in, and it's really a cool.
I think my favorite kill reveal was the swinging door one.
Oh,
when
when
he
he
hung
came
him upside
down,
down
yeah,
and
he
swung
was
him.
upside down,
That one
yeah,
was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I liked the bed with the gravestone.
That was a
one-
nice
that was
touch.
a
I
reveal.
did appreciate that.
Callback, yeah. And more specifically, how did you enjoy the music? Like, was it something you were living up to? Do you think it complemented the film? Do
I
you think it
think
should have been a different approach?
The score was beautiful, like especially for what it was. Like
Yeah.
the simplicity of just using
The piano and the bells.
like 2 chord progressions, if that.
Yeah.
I think 3 maybe. And just it's like 3 notes, and it's just a simple like constant rhythm over and over again.
Yeah.
It's not repetitive. It's like almost repetitive, but like in a sense of you correlate this sound with what's about to happen.
Yeah, and I love how like anytime Michael comes on screen, you hear like the chime where it's like din-din-din.
Yeah.
And then like whenever he's like chasing something or like something's happening in the moment, it's the like that is
I'm trying to figure out what that was.
like it's
I'm
good.
such a band kid.
But oh shit, that's kind of pretty.
That is actually really nice.
Sorry, the TV that we have is playing like idle animations, and it's like Oppenheimer but blue, and it's really nice.
Well, it gives me the whenever they say "fetch me their souls" and Horizon Drug.
Oh, and
That's what that
the blue
reminds me of.
smoke
Yeah,
rolls out.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
And lastly, how would you describe this movie in your words?
How would I describe the movie? I would describe it as like it's very much a movie you can either A, pay attention to, or B, have it in the background. It's very traversal.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely, if you want to get into Halloween, like the whole like series, you should pay attention.
Yeah.
Because the doctor says some slick things that you have to like be like, oh wait, okay.
Yeah, it's like connecting puzzle pieces. Almost.
Right. But it's very kind of mellow almost. It's lighter on anything that I've ever seen. Nothing scared me. I just got like creeped out sometimes, like the across the street scene that creeped me out.
The reveal where like he comes out of the shadows, like, and then
Oh,
grabs
when
Lori.
she was like right there.
Yeah,
then the door frame.
big
that
reveal
that
to
had me.
him,
That
yeah.
one was like, whoa.
that was cool. And
I didn't like how subtle some of them were though, because like some of them I didn't even notice. Like you had to point it out, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
but I think that's why I like it so much, because it's
how
like,
subtle it is.
it's like if you don't see it, you miss it. So like you
True.
have to see it,
Which then is another reason why you have to pay attention. But if
Yeah.
you don't care,
which adds more onto like his character, where like
Yeah.
he's so like nonchalant, and he's like,
He's
or
so, like,
nonchalant is
he's
not
like-
like the word to use,
you
but
ever in
inconspicuous, I guess. Is like
but that's a
he's
good word.
he's
for
very hidden. You have to like look for him to see him.
in Guardians of the Galaxy, where Drax is like, I have stayed so
Oh
still.
yeah,
You
I
can't
have mastered
see
the
me."
art of standing so incredibly still.
Like that's how it is with him.
Yeah.
It's just like he was standing there, nobody paid attention to
Yeah,
him.
and like the only thing the only thing that like is a dead giveaway for him is his mask.
And no one knew his mask at this time, at least.
Yeah, and if you saw his like mask, like if I saw his mask and not his body, I'd be terrified, because his body blended in with like the night.
Right.
So like it's creepy. So
Agreed.
on that note, thank you so much for coming up.
Appreciate.
I
Thank
appreciate
for
you
letting
coming
me
up.
Come on.
Glad to show you Halloween for the first
It
time.
was good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's probably one of my favorite horror movies. It doesn't beat Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but
I haven't seen that either.
we'll get you on that. We'll figure something out.
All right.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys coming out, spending some time with us, watching Halloween with us. I remembered to record the movie, or record our
Parts of
reactions.
it, at least, just
So-
because.
Dubs in the chat for that one, guys. Yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for coming out. If you enjoy the content, like, subscribe, share it, comment. Don't forget that we have the suggestion box in our link tree, and you can suggest horror movies, horror games, like books, stuff like that. Like, I do not care. As long as it's horror related, I will most likely cover it. I think my next episode might be different from movies. I'm unsure. Don't really have a schedule yet for it, but yeah, I'm excited
on all
to.
platforms, Spotify.
Yeah, follow on Spotify,
podcast.
subscribe on
I put that-
YouTube.
I was driving up to, I forget where, St. Cloud, I think, and I was like, I need that. Music was not on my list right now,
Yeah.
and so I was like, you know what? He just dropped this. I'm watching it, and I listened to it the whole way, and I was like, oh my god, he is saying some stuff right now.
Yeah, I mean, I just talk, I just ramble. That's it. Like,
It's not hard.
it's not that hard. Like, it's weird to get comfortable with. Granted, because you're only talking to a camera and one other person.
Agreed.
But like the first episode was so awkward for me
Just
because
because
it
it
was
was you.
just myself and a camera.
Yeah.
So like if I had to continue the conversation for everything. But yeah. So if you guys like what you're seeing, like I said, follow, subscribe. We're only on 2 platforms at the moment. We're on Spotify and YouTube. We have socials on Instagram and TikTok.
Yep.
So
I think I have your link tree linked into my Instagram.
Linktree is in the bio for the Instagram. So
Yeah.
yeah. Super excited to see what other projects we have in the future. We might look into getting some merch,
Yes.
getting some ideas out for you guys.
If you have merch ideas, please inbox him. I'm gonna
Yes,
work
in
up
the
on some
suggestions
stuff.
box, like tell me exactly what you would wear, like
Yeah, hoodies,
sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, patches, like
even stickers. I have people who make
stickers,
stickers
yeah,
and stuff. Like
pillows, blankets.
I
We'll
have
sell
my,
like
my Mac. Have you seen my Mac?
yeah,
My Mac is literally just
covered in stickers. Yeah,
I would rock. I have stickers on my wallet. I put stickers on the back of my phone. If they
phone
had
cases.
stickers-
Hell yeah, I'd get phone cases.
Oh my god, a phone case.
Like imagine walking around with this design, like
On a
sponsored by Josh.
handkerchief.
Thank you, Josh. Like this
Or like on a
design,
hoodie. Like
on
if
a
you took
hoodie,
like
a plain
look
white
at that.
hoodie.
Just like covering all my actual outfit though.
Yeah.
It's like black, white, right,
Yeah,
and then red. That
like
works.
on a plain white hoodie.
That-
This
that-
would
that
go
goes-
so
that
hard.
goes hard.
Like, and then maybe down the sleeve we have Slaughter Cinema written black and shit. Like that would go so hard. But yeah, it just depends if you guys want it or not. So
We have some people who will look into some stuff like that. Something simple first.
for sure,
just-
start out small and
t-shirts.
then we'll get more developed.
Yeah, for
But
sure. I cop that though, low key.
I would too, bro. I'd be rocking that shit. But for real now, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Damien, for coming in,
Of course, thank you.
giving me
Appreciate
your
it for having me,
time,
man. It was amazing.
sitting
Had
here
fun.
watching a movie with me. That's what brothers do.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Have a good one, y'all.
Have a good night.
Or morning if you're watching this.
In the great
morning.
words of Jim Carrey, good morning. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye, guys.